What temperature is it? About 12? 13? It's going to be an early spring.
Scots pine bark ochre.
Yeah,
Just
which
the
is a
orange of the Scots pine bark.
it's a sort of a burnt sienna and ochre both together. And do that as the whole complete underpainting.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he sticks around near where I'm painting. Sometimes he goes on a bit of a walkabout, but I slow him down. He doesn't go as far, but then again, he has a chance then to do things more in depth. Yeah, this is that color that's in the bark of the Scotch pine.
You're going up to the treetops with your paint?
Yes, right up to the treetops. There'll be lots of sky. Most of the time when I paint in the afternoon, the light only gets better and better as the afternoon goes on, so I take pictures as things change. Sometimes I can't tell what a scene's going to look like when it gets darker. And other times, it all of a sudden just becomes so dramatic and beautiful, and I just work as fast as I can to catch that. I have to decide whether to bring the pines up to the top or whether to leave some sky at the top. I love their tops, but I think that I'm going to bring that second one up past the top. So I'm going to have to decide. I guess that big one there will have to be in the center or very nearly. It takes me a long time to get started.
Well, starting and finishing are the two hardest parts, right?
Yeah. And struggling in the middle. That's starting, struggling, and finishing. It depends on the painting as to which is the...
Other than that, it's a piece of cake.
What's special about these pines, Fred? I've forgotten.
Well, these aren't particularly special. They were just being raised for seed because they were relatively good Scots pine. It's the one down in the Adirondacks that Fernald brought over from Germany that Germans would come and take their shotguns and shoot the cones out of the trees and attract the attention of conservation officers.
Did you get some frogs, Fred?
Yeah, I got about 5.
How was the blog useful?
Because my regulars see my paintings and then it just gets too much for them and they have to spring for one. It's interesting. They're watching them, they say this one's good, this one's good, this one's good, and the faster I paint, the more paintings I do, the more stimulated my viewers are to jump for one. So if I go through a period that's really slow and I'm not putting out much paintings, I don't sell anything. And there's all these paintings I've done before which are still sitting there on the blog and they're not selling. But as soon as I start putting them out bang, bang, bang like that, people start looking through my other paintings as well and they decide they want to bite. It's almost like fish somehow.
So keeping the fresh content on your blog
Oh
is
yeah,
key?
it's so important.
Yep.
Keeping painting is the most important thing that I can do. And it keeps me exercised as a painter. It just seems that I never get bored when I'm outside. If I have to paint in the studio, yes, I like to have something going on. I like company, I like people around me, I like to listen to somebody talking on the phone. Or or a good program on the radio, or radio play is awesome. I've gotten pretty good at photographing my own work. But I know what I wanted to do with it.
With the photograph.
Yeah, with the painting, you know, and so I make sure that the photograph shows that. Well, I'm painting the sun shining, gleaming in gold on the branches, the heavy, twisty branches of the old Scotch pine. And I'm twirling my brush as I go in order to make the branches twist.
You got a title in mind
It's
for this
fun.
painting?
Limerick Scotch pines. Would you like me to show it to you?
Sure. Wow.
There's a lot more to go.
Yeah. But from here it looks great.
These are young Scotch pines growing up here, and I'll be putting more branches and more detail in them. And then these two trees here also will have branches that are similar to this.